Get ready to have your mind blown by the most unbreakable records in Major League Baseball history. From pitching legends to home run heroes, we're counting down the most impressive and seemingly unbeatable marks in the game. From Cy Young's 511 wins to Cal Ripken Jr.'s consecutive games played streak, we're diving into the numbers and exploring what makes these records so hard to break. Whether you're a die-hard baseball fan or just looking for some sports trivia, this video is sure to give you what you're looking for. And before we get to the list, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more baseball history. When we think of records in Major League Baseball, we often think of impressive feats achieved by incredible athletes. The thing is, breaking a record in professional baseball is not an easy task. It requires a combination of skill, hard work, and a bit of luck. The players who set these records had to be at the top of their game, performing at an elite level for an extended period. Moreover, the circumstances have to be just right. The ballpark, the team, the opponents, and even the weather all play a role in the outcome of a game. Take, for example, the perfect game. Achieving a perfect game is one of the rarest feats in baseball, requiring a pitcher to retire 27 batters in a row without a single mistake. The odds are incredibly low, and even the greatest pitchers of all time have failed to achieve this feat more often than not. And yet, despite the immense challenges, some players have managed to set records that seem almost impossible to break. Johnny Vander Meer's back-to-back no-hitters. This takes us to our first record on the list. Johnny Vander Meer's back-to-back no-hitter record seems breakable, but having been achieved way back in 1938 and standing to this day, maybe it's more rare than believed. Vander Meer became the first and only pitcher to throw 2 consecutive no-hitters, a remarkable achievement that has stood the test of time. The rarity of such a feat is not just about the incredible skill and control required to pull it off, but also the sheer improbability of doing so in 2 consecutive games. Vander Meer's record remains a symbol of baseball's unpredictability and the difficulty of achieving perfection in the sport. Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hit streak. Next, Joe DiMaggio's legendary 56-game hitting streak is one of the most talked about in baseball history. Across the 56 games, Joe batted .408, hit 15 home runs, and batted in 55 runs. Incredibly, he only struck out 5 times during the stretch. He didn't just get on base, he was on fire. Could it be broken? Possibly, but there is always how that player would deal with the intense media pressure as they get closer to that iconic 56-game mark. The closest in recent history was Jimmy Rollins, who made it to 38 consecutive games in the 2005-2006 season, which is still only 2/3 of the way there. Cal Ripken Jr.'s 2,632 consecutive games played. Cal Ripken Jr.'s legendary streak is often called one of the most unbreakable records in sports history. Not only did he break Lou Gehrig's once-thought unbreakable record, but he kept playing for 3 more seasons after that. Ripken faced countless challenges along the way, like a seriously twisted knee in 1993, ankle injuries in 85 and 92, and even a broken nose during the 96 All-Star Game when Roberto Hernandez slipped during a photo shoot. But that didn't stop him from playing in the game. Since then, the longest streak anyone's had is Miguel Tejada's 1,152 games between 2000 and 2007, less than half of Ripken's remarkable record. Ripken's streak is also more than double the National League record of 1,207 games set by Steve Garvey from 75 to 1983. The record is even more impressive by the fact that he didn't just show up. He played for 21 seasons, slugging an impressive 431 home runs during that time. For some perspective, you could take the 3rd and 4th longest consecutive games played streaks and add them together, and it would still fall short of this amazing record. Ichiro's 262 hits in 2004. Few players have captivated fans like Ichiro, thanks to his unmatched ability to get on base and perfect timing at the plate. Breaking his single-season hit record would take a rare mix of consistency, opportunities, and the ability to make contact. something becoming increasingly rare in today's game. On top of that, Ichiro had 704 at-bats in that incredible 2004 season, one of only 4 players to even ever reach 700 at-bats in a single year. So, to break this record, you'd need to hit 373 and rack up more than 700 at-bats. Sounds like a tough challenge, right? Good luck. Nolan Ryan's 5,714 strikeouts and 2,795 walks. Even with today's increasing strikeout rates, it's hard to imagine anyone matching the intensity and longevity it took for Nolan Ryan to set his record. The Ryan Express had a relentless desire to strike out every batter, but that came with a trade-off, his walk record, which is just as unlikely to be broken. To look at it in another way, the current active player with the most strikeouts is Justin Verlander with 3,416. He would need to average 300 strikeouts a season, which would match his all-time best for another 7+ seasons and pitching into his 50s to beat it. In the end, we'll probably never see another pitcher like Ryan in terms of both strikeouts and his incredible career length. Hank Aaron's 6,856 career total bases. While Barry Bonds may have passed Hank Aaron as the home run king, no one comes close to Aaron when it comes to consistent power. Stan Musial is the closest, but Aaron's total is 722 more than second place. How much is 6,856? It equates to 1,714 home runs, 2,285 triples, or 3,428 doubles. If a player matched Ruth's single-season record of 457 total bases and kept that up for 15 years, he would still be one base short of Aaron. Rickey Henderson's 1,406 career steals and 130 steals in 1982. Baseball may be cyclical, but it's tough to picture stolen bases becoming as prominent as they were during Rickey Henderson's prime. The last player to attempt 130 steals in a season was Vince Coleman back in 1985. Meanwhile, through the 2022 season, 34-year-old D. Strange Gordon led all active players with just 336 stolen bases. It's clear stolen bases just aren't as common as they once were. Perhaps with new rule changes and the pitch counter, that could change. Only time will tell. Barry Bonds' 232 walks in 2004. Barry Bonds had such incredible power that managers would intentionally walk him in the first inning or even with the bases loaded. No player in baseball history pushed the limits of statistics like he did. For perspective, only one player besides Bonds, Babe Ruth in 1923, has walked 170 times in a season. In fact, Bonds drew more than half of the walks that the entire 2004 Pirates team had that year. He also earned 120 intentional walks in 2004, and only one player besides Bonds, Willie McCovey in 1969, has ever drawn more than 45 in a single season. Bonds' numbers are truly in a league of their own. Pete Rose's 15,890 plate appearances and 4,256 hits. It's possible that Ichiro could have come close to Pete Rose's hit record if he had debuted in the U.S. earlier than his age 27 season. However, it's much harder to picture any player not only matching Rose's 24 seasons in the majors, but also maintaining the level of excellence needed to average 662 plate appearances per season like Rose did. Take Albert Pujols, for example. Despite his long and incredible career, he finished with over 2,800 plate appearances and nearly 900 hits behind Rose. Not even close. Joe Sewell's 3-strikeout season in 1932. Joe Sewell is a top contender for the toughest hitter to strike out in baseball history. His career strikeout rate of just 0.014% is almost microscopic. In 1932, he struck out only 3 times in 576 plate appearances, the fewest ever for a season with at least 502 at-bats. Today, however, with the emphasis on maximizing every at-bat and a premium on swinging for the fences, it's likely no one comes close to this record for a long time. As we look back at these incredible records, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of the players who set them. They are a celebration of the human spirit, pushing the boundaries of what is thought possible and inspiring future generations to strive for greatness. These unbreakable records are a part of the fabric of baseball history, and they will continue to inspire and awe fans for generations to come. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of Major League Baseball's most unbreakable records. If you have a favorite record that you think is unbeatable, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to explore more of the fascinating history of baseball, be sure to subscribe to the channel.